And welcome to the W Fort Lauderdale, a property I've been wanting to stay at for 3 years. I just checked out of the W Taipei, Taiwan yesterday, and I'm now here at this other W hotel. It's my 12th W hotel in the world, and I can't wait to check it out and let you know if this is the right hotel to go to if you're coming to Fort Lauderdale. And welcome to the W Fort Lauderdale room. We're on the 17th floor. This is called the Spectacular room. They have wonderful, spectacular, and then fabulous for the double queen beds. So this is this Spectacular room, which has a partial ocean view. I will be honest, I am very disappointed with the rooms. I literally just checked out of the W Taipei, Taiwan yesterday, flew to San Francisco, flew here, and in the same day checked into this hotel the same night. And it's completely different. So I'll show you the room in a second, but I want to start over here with the bathroom because this is the first luxury hotel of my life. I've been to 156 Marriott properties in the luxury tier. I've never had a bathroom that has these pull curtains. It's what you see at like very basic Marriott hotels like Fairfields and Town Place Suites and things like those. And even the more recent ones of those are going to like the actual sliding glass doors. So that just feels extremely cheap for W. I'm extremely disappointed with that. You have another one for the tub here. It's just so cheap. It does not feel luxurious at all. I don't consider this a luxury hotel by any means, just because of that. The bathroom also just has one sink here. The mirror itself also, it's just like, it has like these spots in it. It just doesn't feel perfectly clean. It's just, eh. The tub is okay. You do have like this privacy here. However, if all the lights are on in here, you can see like a shadow in the bathroom. If you turn off all the lights in here, you're fine. But it's just also, there's no rainfall shower. I look for rainfall showers at luxury properties. It has this, which is nice, but they need a rainfall shower at a W hotel. They really do. They don't need shower curtains. They need like a nice sliding glass door here. And then of course we have the other toilet area back here. This actually is nice because it actually does have the actual glass closing door. Now, on the other side, we also have some of the cheapest closets I've ever had at a luxury hotel. These things are very generic, very basic closets, just literally like what I would have at a Fairfield, like maybe even worse. But just, we have the safe, we have the other things. There also was no robes or slippers in the room at all, which is a big no-no for luxury hotels. We had to call and request them last night. We also requested that, a couple pillows. It took over 2 hours and 4 phone calls to finally get our items delivered. So the service here also is lacking when it comes to requests, but I want to show you the slippers that they did deliver. I do approve. They're actually soft. They're kind of like waffle slippers. They're not like super velvety soft, but they're definitely better than the W Taipei, Taiwan and other ones I've had. They're also longer, so they'll fit your foot better. And then the robes, let me show you those in 1 second. Great, and then here was the robe they delivered. It's actually just like the W Taipei, Taiwan. I don't approve, it's just very thin and it's a little coarse. It's not super plush, super soft, and we did have to ask for them. They should already be in the rooms. I think that's a brand standard with W Hotel. I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure there's required to have them in the room, so the fact that they weren't here was shocking for a luxury property. Now here we are heading into the room itself. It is the 2 queen beds. I asked last night if they had an upgrade to suite. They said normally they try to do upgrades, but I guess they had a fire in one of the towers last night, so it was a very good excuse, but they said they moved, I think, the residence people into the rooms with the suites. So we still at least got a 1-tier upgrade to the partial ocean view, which I'll show you in a moment. But I want to start with the beds. We got 2 queen beds. We have these really cool lights on the bed. It was hard to figure out where you'd turn those on. It's right here on the side, but they're also like dimmable, so you can set the exact atmosphere mood lighting that you like. But the pictures of this place made it look so much better. It literally is just this headboard thing pushed against the wall, which is the flat wall up here, which I don't approve of at luxury properties. It's fine for premium like a Marriott, Sheraton, Westin, but for a W and the luxury properties like St. Regis, Ritz-Carlton, W, Luxury Collection, JW Marriott, no. They need to like have the beds like built into the wall. They need something up here, maybe cool lighting. It's just very blah. Just not special for the bedding area. I will say though, I love the carpeting. It definitely could be a little cleaner, but I love the carpeting. I love the design. I definitely feel like they could have done something like this more in the lobby. The lobby check-in area is very plain, very basic. It doesn't feel that special. It doesn't resemble the unique tones of the room. So definitely could do that. This wall over here is also a big no-no. It's completely flat with white walls. This is not luxury. I'm literally staring at nothing. Look at, they did nothing over here in this whole space. It's just so plain. Just very sad for a luxury property. We do have the TV here and of course the mini bar. Smallest mini bar I've ever probably had at a luxury property. This is literally it, like just that. Now they do have a fridge over here with another fridge inside with some like drinks for purchase and things like that. But it's just very, very generic, just a regular generic fridge. It's just, we do have the Nespresso machine though, which is a plus. I think every luxury property should have Nespresso machines. So the big things I look for is you don't want shower curtains. That one's wrong. You also want automatic closing blinds. This one does not have automatic closing blinds. You have to pull them yourself. And they should have an Nespresso machine. So that at least they have one thing that I look for, which is good. We already used the Nespresso pods. We checked them last night, but interesting. Now here's the other side of that bathroom here with that kind of somewhat, it's not see-through unless like it's completely light in there and then this room is dark, but otherwise it's just very basic. I do have to say though, this is the one thing in the room I like. I love this cool little light thing. It's dimmable. It's like unique, but like in this whole area, this whole wall, that's literally all they could think to put there. I like this chair as well, but I think what they did with W Hotels, Marriott, I think has different levels of how you can build them to the certain level of quality. I think they spent all the money on the architecture of the building. It's one of the most modern buildings in the city. And then they were like, how can we make the rooms the cheapest possible just to get by and call it a W Hotel? They didn't hardly put any money in these rooms. Now here's the cool balconies. Every room here has a balcony, so that is a positive, and it has very thick doors. And both of these open wide open, which is nice. You can kind of walk out here on your spacious balcony. We got two little chairs here, but they're very uncomfortable to sit in. They do need like a cushion here, but after sitting on an airplane yesterday for like over 17 hours, 11 hours to San Francisco, and then another 5.5 hours here, my butt already hurt. So they definitely could use like padding or like maybe some like nicer chairs here. But this is a great view. It's a partial ocean view room here, the Spectacular. So we can look out here at the ocean and the coastline. So that is great. And you can also see the cool architecture of the building. Those rooms there are the corner suites. So hopefully next time, if I probably won't come back here, but if they ever renovate, I definitely want to come back and I'd love to have one of those corner suites. This has the potential to be the best hotel in the city. They could make this hotel so amazing. They just, when they renovate, they need to just put more money in the rooms. It will just be the best hotel in the whole Fort Lauderdale area. Overall, I'm very disappointed with the rooms. So far, there's been a lot of waiting for the elevators, for check-in, for amenity requests. So I'm a little disappointed with the service, but I do want to just show you overall the rest of the hotel, the pools and things like that. So let's go check it out. Welcome to the W Fort Lauderdale, considered a luxury beachfront hotel that sits on the Fort Lauderdale beach. Now it's considered luxury, but in my opinion, I did not find it very luxurious at all. But it's just right across the street there, so you can walk to the beach, which is a good location. Now the building is very nice. It did open in 2009 and was last renovated in 2017, which now that I look at it was 8 years ago. And in my opinion, it needs a new remodel badly. Now the pictures make this place look really nice. Some sites might have good reviews, but on the actual Marriott website they actually have a very low score. I think like 3.6 for guest satisfaction, which is not that great. But I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt because the pictures looked amazing and I love W Hotels. I've been to quite a few now. So we definitely wanted to check this property out and hopeful to get a beautiful suite because we noticed the suites kind of sit at the corner and have great views. Now this is kind of a map of the whole property. They basically have two different towers. They have a total of 517 guest rooms. So it's actually quite a large hotel for a W hotel. And I do not like luxury hotels that have that many rooms just because they can seem crowded. But now just past the lobby area, we have the bar. This is called the living room, and it's just kind of a place to gather. That kind of is somewhat modern, so this area here wasn't that bad. This is a place to gather, order drinks and cocktails. It just didn't seem that cozy or super luxurious to me. Now up these stairs you can actually access the pool area, but it was like locked or not open, so I'm not even sure if they allow guests to use that, which was a bit interesting and suspicious. And then as you keep walking, you actually have this beautiful terrace where you can actually go outside. Now, one of the mornings when we were there, we actually were able to witness the really cool spin classes that they have. When we were there with your resort fee, it is included, so you can actually participate in that activity in the morning, which I think is an awesome feature. This terrace provides amazing views of the ocean that is right there. There's the beach. It's kind of nice. You can kind of relax and sit out there. We didn't see that many people utilizing this space while we were there, but it is available. The resort fee here is pretty high at $55 per night. Now, it does include 2 beach chairs, an umbrella, and daily yoga, and bike rentals, which I'll show you later, but I still think that's a pretty expensive resort fee, especially for the amenities included. Now, you walk down this long hallway. It's not that luxurious at all. It's a very basic hallway. You could literally feel like you're just in a basic hotel, and then this is going now up to the rooms. But I will let you know, there is a wait time for the elevators. It is always going to take you a long time. There's usually people waiting at the elevators. I feel like some of them don't work. It's like the biggest complaint, but it is not that efficient. So just be prepared to wait for your ride at the elevators when you stay here. Now, from the photos, from the first impression here, the rooms look great, but they really went cheap on the rooms. As I mentioned, with the flat walls, so many details in the room as well just were not that great, including the bathroom. It's definitely time for a refresh, and they need to seriously gut the whole place and redo it, because it's just not up to luxury standards. This should just be like a regular Marriott or Westin. Even then, I don't even know if I'd approve of it that much. But here's just some of all the little flaws, like even the painting, the different things. It's just not done professionally. Now we're going to go ahead and head back down, because now we're going back to breakfast. I'm going to ride in the long, slow elevators again, all the way down to breakfast. But even this area, they could do so much with it. Have more plants, more gold, like a chandelier. But it's just so boring and sad. Welcome to breakfast at El Vez. This is a lively Mexican-inspired restaurant on site, is also here where you get the breakfast. What was nice about this was you could either eat inside or you could eat outside here. But nothing about these chairs screamed luxury to me. They just kind of seemed cheap and chintzy. It has good views, but it just didn't fit in with what a luxury hotel is supposed to be like. The food was excellent. Service was good. I'm glad for elite members. They give you a credit that basically can cover up to 2 breakfasts, which is good. That's what should be. But overall, it was a good breakfast experience. It just didn't feel that luxurious. Now, here we are at the pool. The pool is one of the main features why people book a specific hotel, especially when they're going on vacation. You're going to want a nice pool. I have to be honest, this is not a nice pool. It seemed very crowded. They had 2 pools. The main pool, just the tiling wasn't right. Part of that really cool bridge entrance there where you walk underneath the stairs, like I mentioned, that door was locked before, so you couldn't even use that. So what's the purpose of having it? But it just seemed empty. They needed more palm trees. They needed to clean it up. They needed to have more staff. They even had cushions over here to the side that were just dilapidated. Out here by the pool, they also have what's called the Wet Bar and Grill. It offers poolside food and drinks, but I've heard service can be slow, and when I was there, it wasn't even open when I went to the pool, so I don't know what's going on with that. Now, this is the other pool. In my opinion, it's just equally as sad. They need a lot more palm trees. They just need to make it feel more luxurious. Just kind of a small pool. It feels more residential, but nothing really that sets it apart that would make me want to go back to that pool at all. All the trips I take are planned around the hotels that I want to visit, that I think have a chance to get a perfect score or close to it. And boy, I was sure off at this property, which is very unfortunate. Just another quick note, there is a $60 per night overnight parking fee on top of everything else. Now, here is the fitness center. It also was just not that great, kind of like the rest of the hotel, unfortunately. That is mostly just due to the low ceilings. The view was not that spectacular. Now, they did have a lot of equipment, some welcome towels and amenities, but for 517 rooms, I feel like it just wasn't enough, and the walls inside, the flooring, it just wasn't that luxurious. The property also does have a spa. It just did not look very modern, and unfortunately, they do not let guests access the spa facilities, including a steam room, without paying for a treatment, which I do not approve of. All right, now for the review of the W Fort Lauderdale. So this is actually a hotel I've been wanting to stay at for 3 years. From the photos, it looked really cool. It looked really modern. But I'll start with the room. Room is going to get a 3 out of 5, which I think is the lowest score I've ever given a luxury hotel. I can't remember exactly. But the big things are The shower curtains in the bathroom, very uncomfortable. Also, like the painting, the carpeting, it's not like perfectly done. There's a lot of areas where they missed, they dropped a little paint on the phone. Like it's just not, they did not do a perfect job when they designed these rooms or renovated them. There's also just completely flat walls everywhere. It didn't feel luxury at all. Now, if this was just like a select brand with Marriott, it probably would have got a little bit higher, but it's just a luxury property. The room should have been a lot more better, a lot more items in the room, make it a lot more comfortable, but just the flat walls, the shower curtains, the closet was very basic. The beds were just pushed against the wall. The balcony, the seating is just very basic. It's not even completely like, a lot of areas weren't like completely clean as well, like a little dirty, a little dusty. So definitely had to take off points for some of the points on the room. Next up is gonna be inspiration. How inspired was I not only by the room, but the property, the pool? That's also gonna get a 3 out of 5. It was the only reason I'm giving it a 3 is because of the building architecture. It is a really cool build here, and every room does have a balcony with great views. That's also why, but I'm taking points off. The lobby is very basic. The pools just felt very uncomfortable. The tiling at the pools looked dirty. The hallways were just kind of like very basic here, not feeling that luxurious. The room's very sad compared to what I expected in the photos. So inspired, I'm not that inspired. Next up is gonna be service. Service here, I'm gonna give a 3 out of 5. We have, and I'm giving it 3 points because the check-in person was nice. I did have to wait 15 minutes to check in. Also, some of the staff we've met are nice, but otherwise, it's been a lot of waiting. The W, I saw someone say the W stands for waiting here, and I would have to agree. Usually there's long waits for the elevators. We had to wait over 2.5 hours last night for our requests to be delivered to the room. I mean, I don't even want to request anything here because I don't even know if it's gonna come. That's kind of at the place I'm at. Also, not every staff member was like super friendly and like outgoing. A lot of times you pass by them in the halls and they just keep doing their own thing. It's definitely nothing like service I expect receiving at other luxury properties, especially just coming from the W Taipei. That was just phenomenal on service. Finally, value, would I return? I'm gonna give that a 2.5 out of 5. I will not be back. It's a little points just because of the view and the architecture, but until they renovate, I will not be coming back. But when they renovate, I can't wait to come back, and I hope that they put a lot of money in this place because it has the best potential. They can make the lobby, the rooms, literally the best hotel in the whole city, and I cannot wait until they do that. Now for the pricing here, the rooms are usually around $350 to $550 per night, sometimes going more than that. And then for the points redemptions, I believe it's around 60,000 or so, give or take a little bit. I'll update you with the pricing here, but it is definitely a hotel I would recommend not using cash or points. I think there's a lot better options. I don't know exactly all the other options in the city though. We are staying at the Ritz-Carlton tonight, so I will do that review next week and let you know if that one compares to this one or if that maybe you should stay there or this one. I'll let you know, but I can't wait to see you in the next review.